everybody. It's a great day in Clarkston. Let's go check it out. Bye now. I will. It's a great day.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to It's a Good Day When. I'm your host, Levon Upton, and today's show is It's a Good Day When There's a Disaster Relief Team to help those in need. Today's guest is Stan Garwood. He's from the North Oakland Disaster Relief Team. No Dirt, is that the way you say it?
Yep, No Dirt.
Is a nonprofit organization comprised of volunteers desiring to help people in need following a natural disaster. Stan, can you tell me about it, when it was organized and why you organized it?
It was organized in 1999 following a trip to West Virginia. The Tug River had flooded, and a group of us went down there with a organization called the National Disaster Relief Network, and at that time the person running it was charging everybody either $40 a day, and later on he raised it to $50 a day for the opportunity to go and help other people with whatever disaster they had at the time. And what we realized is that first of all, we were being overcharged immensely. Secondly, we realized there was nobody else doing disaster relief at the time. The Red Cross was there. They were doing the medical. They were doing, they were finding sites where people needed help. National Guard was there. They were doing some major cleanup of the rivers and taking away the debris. But nobody was helping the people to reclaim their homes, get back in their homes. So that's...
So you were involved with some organization helping out, but you didn't see that a need was being met.
Correct.
Is that right?
Correct.
So you decided to start one yourself?
Bob Haddon and I, he was the one that sponsored this trip through our church. We decided that we could start our own group. We wouldn't charge anything for anybody who wanted to go, and we ended up trying to figure out a name, and we came up with North Oakland Disaster Relief Team because of the acronym, No Dirt. We figured that whenever you went on a trip, you would never get dirty, so we called it No Dirt.
You wouldn't get dirty working and helping
Right.
clean up?
Right.
Well, what disasters have you been to?
We have been all over the United States. We did, after Katrina, we've been down there 8 times in either Mississippi or New Orleans. Joplin, Missouri, when that tornado that stayed on the ground for 6 whole miles. We were down there for that one. Hurricane Floyd, when it came through Newport News, Virginia. Southeast Ohio, flooding. The hurricane that went through Henryville, Indiana, we were down there twice. Sayre, Pennsylvania. The last one we were on was the flooding in Marcellus, Illinois, and we,
Now, you say we, and who is the team made up of?
The North Oakland Disaster Relief Team is, it was founded as a church-based organization. We contacted all the churches in this in the area to join us. But since then, we have opened it up to any person who wants to join. We have a contingent that comes in from GM that started helping us during Katrina because they wanted to send people down there. And now it's made up of every walk of life. Some are retired, some are not retired. And every skill level. Whatever people don't know how to do, we either train them to do or we send them to their area of expertise. We've had medical people help with the medical part. We've had people sorting things, people doing distribution. Whatever they were good at, that's what they did.
So you refer to the travel response team. Is that different than other things that people do within the group, or is that a specific team?
Well,
or is everybody a travel response?
Everybody, well, most everybody does travel response except for the administrative and secretarial part. There are a few people that remain here and help with organizing meetings, organizing materials, but most everybody goes on the trips.
So there's a home team committee also. Is that what you're referring to, the secretarial work and those who stay home?
Right.
That's the home team committee. How do you help when you go to help others?
We do whatever they need us to do. We're down in the results of Katrina. We had, of course, flooding from the hurricane in Mississippi, and the levees breaking in New Orleans. You had water that stayed in homes for 2 weeks. So those areas we did a lot of mucking. And what mucking is taking everything out of the home. Everything is destroyed in the home, whether it's carpeting, upholstery, whether it's electronics, refrigeration, drywall. You take everything out so that later on you can spray it with mold killers and then restore, put the drywall back in, put the flooring back in, and restore the home. That's one thing, but we've built sheds, we've built houses, one time we were in southeast Ohio, and they had a semi full of food, and we unloaded the semi. We do whatever it is, and it's always different. We do plumbing. Lately we've been doing more drywalling, painting, and stuff like that, flooring. When
do you go? How do you determine when you're going to go? At what stage?
We're not a rapid response team. We come in later on, after things have settled down, after they've set up their organizations, and so we set aside a time in May and a time in October to go, and so basically we find out where the latest disasters have been, and we start contacting the people. The hardest part is to set up and organize us to go in, but in the last 15 years since we started, the communities are getting more sophisticated, and they are able to find housing for us now. We used to find our own housing. They're able to, in our own, they're feeding us now, which in the past we fed ourselves. And we used to bring all of our own equipment and sometimes materials. So they're more sophisticated, and sometimes they have materials for you and the equipment.
So you go twice a year then, May and October.
Correct.
Do you do anything for the flooding that's going on now across the country, eventually?
We just did, like I said, in Marcellus, Illinois, that river had flooded and 200 homes were affected in that one area. And I'm sure that the flooding here in Michigan, if they need us to come in and rehab some homes, our whole emphasis basically is rehabbing homes, so that we can get people back in their homes as fast as possible.
How are you funded?
That's a good question.
It's an important question.
It is an important question. Basically, we're funded through donations, private donations and church donations. A lot of churches have a category in their budget for outreach, and so we've been lucky for some of them to donate us through there, and then the rest is through private donations.
How do you travel? I see you had like, well, it's not a van, it's
that's a van.
It's a van,
Yeah.
a big van.
Right.
Is that how you travel?
Now that van there was donated, the use of it was donated from General Motors, but that's how we traveled. Lately we've been using our own vehicles, and No Dirt pays for the gas and pays for the meals while you're down there, unless their organization will feed us. In Marcellus, the different churches took turns feeding us dinners. The different churches took turns feeding us dinners. The Rotary fed us lunches, and the Baptist camp gave us a place to stay.
So that's how the local people participate then?
Right. Right. Plus, the people who own the homes, a lot of times, they'll be working hand in hand with you.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Actually doing some physical work.
Actually doing physical work. Mm-hmm.
So you stay in homes. Where else do you stay?
Our old model was staying in churches. We would call up the different churches in the area, find out if there's availability. What you need, of course, is space. We bring our own sleeping bags, our own air mattresses, and then find out if they have a small kitchen so that we can do our breakfast. And then the other part, the important part, is showers. Most churches don't have showers, so a lot of times we'll go to the local high school gym or whatever and use that.
So the whole community kind of gets involved.
A lot of times that's true. That's happening more and more.
And so the biggest disaster that you participated in?
Was Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I believe that even today, even compared to New York and Maryland, I think that was the largest disaster ever in the United States. In fact, Mississippi has recovered. Here's a picture here of one of the houses on the coast of, in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and they have totally, since this is '05, they've totally come back and they've totally recovered. New Orleans has not recovered, and it's going to be a while before they get back their homes. That's a boat that the waves brought it inland. That was way far from the ocean, and you see it. You'll see that. You'll see houses leveled. You'll just see porches. You'll see up in the trees, 20, 30 feet up. You'll see clothing and debris, and that tells you how high the waves were coming in.
Well, for your October trip coming up, tell us about that.
That's a good question. It's too far out for us to tell you where we're going. If the flooding here in Michigan, if we find out that there are a lot of homes that need restoring, we might go there. But we usually start about 2 months ahead of time, 2 months before we leave, to start looking around at what's going on, where the need is. After Sandy hit in New York, we were supposed to go there. We ended up diverting to go somewhere else. But if they're still doing recovery, we might go there.
Who determines that?
We have a committee who knows who to contact, where to go online, who to call, and that's the hardest part of setting up a trip.
So what can others do to get involved? What can we do to get involved?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because right now we are looking for more volunteers. We do have a membership of, like, I'd say maybe about 55, 60 people, and we, on the average number of people that go on a trip is anywhere from, I'd say 12 to 15. But we're looking for more people because we're looking to expand our program for next year, and hoping to do more than 2 trips a year, maybe 4 trips a year. We definitely could use more people. There are a lot of people with skills, a lot of retirees with skills. Of course, you don't have to be retired. There are a lot of us are not retired, but we are. And anybody can apply. Just call us on the phone, and I'm sure you'll provide that number, or email us, and we're glad to put you on our email list. We meet here. Usually, we meet at the Calvary Lutheran Church here in town, you could get to know us, see if you want to go, see if if it fits with you. But we are looking for more volunteers.
Do you have any fundraisers?
No fundraisers scheduled. I think the last one we did was when we worked at the concerts in the park. We did that, I think, last year.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for being our guest today. And if you'd like to get involved with No Dirt, we'll list the contact information on the screen.
So thank you. We appreciate that.
And the rest of you, go out and make it a good day.